The biggest YouTubers on this planet, folks like Roseanne Pansino, Casey Neistat, and Mr. Beast, all have a secret that has to do with viral triggers. And it allows them to go viral again and again and again. Now it's your turn.
Brian G. Johnson.
Brian G here, and to grow on YouTube, stake your claim and amplify your message. Do that by subscribing. Click on the bell notification and you'll be on your way. This is video number 1 in a series on going viral here on YouTube. And know this, these viral triggers can be incorporated into your videos no matter what. And viral trigger number 1 is the pleasure in the misfortune of others. You see this all the time on YouTube. In fact, I just ran into this video. The End of Ninja. That video drove 4.2 million views. And this next one cracks me up. Hey, whatever happened to Casey Neistat? You see, these videos cause viewers to take a side. You're either for Casey or you're against. And oftentimes you're gonna leave your thoughts in the comments below, and that creates this huge raging debate. It keeps viewers coming back. Smart. And speaking of Casey, this video here was published back in 2003, before there was even a YouTube. And already back then, Casey really knew how to incorporate these viral triggers, and he did that in this particular video. And that brings us to viral trigger number 2, the underdog story. This video leverages the classic underdog storyline. It's David and Goliath. It's Casey Neistat against the Apple Corporation. Casey's iPod breaks, he calls up Apple, and they tell him, you know, instead of trying to fix it, why don't you just go buy a new one? And that brings us to viral trigger number 3. That's social injustice. Now, how this trigger works is pretty simple. The YouTuber creates a video, and the goal is to draw attention to somebody or something or a company that's doing the YouTuber wrong. And in this case, Apple is doing Casey wrong. They recommend he just goes out and spends money. And what does Casey do? He takes to the street to draw attention, spraying graffiti messages about how Apple is doing him wrong. What makes these triggers so very powerful is they're relatable. We've all been in that position where the man is doing us wrong. Growing up as a kid, you ever remember your parents telling you you had to do something and it seemed so wrong? When you incorporate these story elements, these viral triggers, it becomes really easy for the audience to empathize with the message you're delivering. And thus, viewers become more emotionally invested, and that leads to more sharing more of the time. As creators, we can predict how the audience is gonna respond. And all of a sudden, going viral becomes very predictable. And that's why Casey Neistat has done that so many times over and over again. It's all about empathy and understanding. If you've ever watched a documentary on animals and you see one suffering, it really pulls you in. You feel terrible for that animal. Maya Angelou said this: at the end of the day, people won't remember what you said or did. They will remember how you made them feel. And that's the goal. We want to really trigger emotion or to get people to think on a deep level. And Mr. Beast, just like Casey Neistat, really understands the power of these viral triggers, and he incorporates them again and again and again. And that brings us to our 4th viral trigger, OMG. This is all about getting people to have that, like, I can't believe he just did that moment. Crazy, what moments. But it's also genius because it's worked over and over again. But there's a catch. You've got to be first. It's got to be an original idea or you're not going to drive millions of views like Mr. Beast. Now today, Mr. Beast is doing amazing. He's got brand deals, he's making all kinds of money, and thus he uses that money to his advantage. For example, 2,256 miles in one Uber ride, world record. Now if you're just getting started, you probably don't have the time or the $10,000 for a crazy Uber ride. But either did Mr. Beast when he started back in the day. And yet, check this out, crazy, stupid human tricks. Counting to 10,000 in one sitting. The video is 3 hours and 29 minutes, excruciating. Spending 24 hours straight underwater, that doesn't cost anything but time and really a desire, a burning desire. And how about this one here, standing still for 24 hours straight? Mr. Beast creates videos that people have to see, And not only do they see it, they feel and they share. Next up is topically trending, and this one's one of my favorite. Now, if you think trending is good, it is, but topically trending is so much more powerful. And this is the viral trigger that Rosanna Pansino uses all the time. And doing so has allowed her to drive millions and millions of views again and again and again. How to make Disney Princess Sister Cake, My Little Pony cupcakes, Angry Bird cupcakes. And if you look closely, you'll notice that these videos are all part of a playlist. I can imagine Rosanna, wow, millions of views. I think I'll repeat that. It's predictable. And she did just that and crushes it. Now, the way this works is simple. You begin with a niche, you stay in your lane, you don't deviate from that niche, but you leverage the power of trending topics. I mean, it's not that much harder to make an Angry Birds cupcake than a regular cupcake. I mean, sure, you're gonna spend a bit more time, you're gonna research, but this is how you go viral. And the result, 23 million views. Crazy. Now, I did a bit of digging and I found that this video was published on June 19th of 2012. And this was right around when Angry Birds was really trending. It was popular, it was top of mind, and clearly this kind of a strategy can allow you to stand out in a competitive, oversaturated niche like baking on YouTube. For example, I leverage this strategy from time to time myself, and recently I published a video that drove 6 times my normal views. Normally, I would drive maybe 3,000 or 5,000 views in a couple or 3 days, but by leveraging this very strategy, this particular video drove over 44,000 views in only 3 days and 17 hours. That's crazy. And that's the power of leveraging the topically trending strategy. Learn more about the topically trending method, watch that video right there. I've also got a link to it in the top comment listed below. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Click on the yellow B to the G to do just that. And when you do, you'll feed a poodle. I got 2 and they're hungry. I'll see you next time. You dig?